So, we had a game tonight. ECA and Pure Gaming.
Yes, sir.
Cross-conference play. Tonight was no different. Usually ends up with the Kanna Conference beating up on the Trapper Dan League.
Right.
But this one was pretty close, especially in comparison to Trapper Dan League gameplay in the past.
Straight up.
Like that hardpoint game, they almost came back and won that shit.
Yeah, no, ECA was fucking balling. And I think one of their players just was hopped on. Wasn't even warmed up, maybe two. So, I mean, it was even better game, closer game than that. If we have them.
Well, by the end, in control, they got one on them, and then they were pushing them. That last one wasn't really close, but the first three games in control were. So that was pretty good. They got one on them, just barely missed. They got search wasn't close, but Pure usually does pretty good on search.
Yeah, on checkmate, you're not beating them.
It's rough.
They literally were on every corner of the map.
Fucking just waiting. Yeah. No, that was real shit.
And then RP was, that little spot behind the trash can. I never seen that before all season, I don't think. He came out for and bust two people's ass right there.
He hit that dude and then popped up real quick for the second one. Wasn't there.
Yeah.
Then went back and got him.
Yeah, they were fucking.
They were on that shit. Yeah.
And Sauce is Sauce.
Yeah, Sauce with that three different things.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
that was
that's what
dope.
I was thinking about when I was like,
Yeah, no, that was good.
They're sick with it.
Absolutely. There's a reason they're on top. Very coordinated. I think if ECA just kind of played together a little more, they get it. Like
I think one of them was a new dude.
Yeah,
I think he'd never played with them before.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I've been saying that all year. I think ECA is ready to move up. I mean, if they have Poseidon, you know what I mean? Who fucking knows that first hard point fucking goes to ECA, and then it's tied at search, and ECA wins the control match and goes back to hard point with picking the map.
Yeah.
Like, who knows, man? Who fucking knows?
Straight up.
And that's Pure.
And that was against Pure. So ECA is doing pretty good. I like it. They'll get better over time. We got this tournament coming up, though, on the 18th. Registration deadline is the 15th. kanna.games/next. Noon on the 15th is the last time to register for the tournament. Cold War, best of 5, like we did last time, kind of Call of Duty style tournament. It's almost like double elimination, but the bottom teams don't get a second chance. So, so that'll be dope. We need everyone to register. It's open registration. kanna.games/next. It is free, and it'll be dope. So. Winner gets 10 points. Second place gets 8. Third gets 6. Fourth gets 4 points. Nobody else gets points. And top point getters at the end.
It's like a whole split's worth of points.
It is a whole split's worth of points in one game. So placement in the tournament is very important.
Undefeated in a split.
Especially if you're a new team trying to enter the league at this point, you really got to do well in the tournament, because if you don't do well in the tournament, then you've got a fucking slim chance of making it to Kanna Games if you only play the fourth split.
Couple reasons for that.
Well, mentally, I thought it was mentally I had counted teams out in the fourth split. Like, I thought when we started, I was like, yeah, no, by the time 3's over, like, if you're not in the league already, it's going to be hard. But I mean, if you win the tournament, that's 10 points, and the next split, I mean, you do well, you're going to get up there in the middle.
18.
You'll be up in there in the middle of that shit, and you'll probably make it in on the bottom, like a wild card kind of deal. So yeah, it's going to be dope, I think.
Oh yeah.
Warzone after that on the 25th. That'll be cool. We're going to play some Splitgate this Saturday night. If anybody's down, come through.
I think we got 4 teams. 3 teams.
Chinatown. Come down to Chinatown. It's going to be dope. Misfits might not make it back. They're having some kind of roster issue or something. They didn't make it to the last 2 games. informed us yesterday that they will not be in the league anymore. We'll see if they come to the tournament. If they come, maybe they're out for the split. We don't know. So we'll see that. One thing, though, that's kind of our impending doom is the release of Vanguard for a couple reasons. One being that the...
it's so big.
Well, okay, yeah, that's one. So it's a gigantic game, so you're going to be very limited on space. For someone to run Vanguard and Cold War, that's like your whole Xbox is going to be for those two games for a lot of people. Now, I mean, that's, it is what it is in that sense, but like you don't got to play Vanguard, I guess. But what I think is we're going to start, which is what happened last year, is we start losing server resources.
Well, it's already, I'm sure everybody's experiencing it. It's hard to load games sometimes. You'll sit there and you're waiting to load in. And
for multiplayer and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's a real thing. So last season, it kind of fucking shit on our parade on the big tournament. We couldn't use a function, the dedicated servers. There was lag. It was kind of weird. We had a good time and ended up working through it, but it definitely would have been better without that shit.
If it was like how the season went.
If it was like the shit we'd been doing. So, that's my concern, and I'm almost want to propose shortening the fourth split, which doesn't sound good for new teams. Potentially we could figure something out in that respect, but I don't want to end up in a situation where we go play 2 months and then have a tournament, and somewhere in like week 6, week 8, tournament day, the game is just no longer playable. People are having to make this decision between that and another game, and I think we need to avoid that. They kind of dropped. They didn't do all of this last year when they dropped Cold War. There wasn't like the beta came out, but it wasn't like a big deal.
No.
And then, but once they switched it over, it was. And but this time they're dropping this shit really early in comparison to last year. So it's kind of, it is what it is, but it's kind of us getting dumped on right now. And
so we originally were going to have the tournament on like November 8th or 18th, right?
I don't know exactly where it would end up. I don't think we wrote it down, but it would just be like a week after the split, because we didn't know if there'd necessarily be 8 weeks every time, depending on how many teams there were.
Right.
But yeah, it was definitely middle November, like before the weekend before Thanksgiving, or there was talk about potentially being December 4th, but we wanted to try to avoid pushing it that far back. So 20th, I guess, would be 20th or 13th would kind of be what we would shoot for, unless we shortened the shit, because 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we ran 8, we did KGL tournament, Warzone tournament, week 1. Ran 8 weeks. It would end on the 13th, and then we could do the tournament on the 20th, which is the weekend before Thanksgiving. Which is cool. But I think the way we're going right now, they got the alpha out. Like, the way we're rolling now, this game's going to be here in the middle of October. Like,
it's November 5th
fully,
it drops.
Yeah, no, people are going to be on that shit sooner. With betas and shit. I think we're going to get shit on. And I don't want to get shit on. So something to think about, everybody. What kind of our course of action is. We got another week left in the split. And a tournament. So we got a little bit of time to kind of figure it out. What's going to be the best. I think we were talking about 6 weeks maybe. To still kind of play it through. But I don't know. It's a big deal, I think. It's a big deal. So, what do you think?
Game comes out the 5th, we should definitely have a plan to be done or before or around then, for sure.
That's October. That means we would want kanna.games to be on the 30th. At the latest. So 5th is the first Friday in November.
Mm-hmm.
So we would want kanna.games to be on the 30th at the latest, which is then 1, 2, 3, 4.
Which is Halloween weekend. People are gonna be fucking probably doing shit.
5 week. Saturday morning, day before Halloween. I think it'd be all right.
People don't go out Friday night, I guess.
Well, I mean, the other option is to end it on the 23rd, which would give us 4 weeks on the split, and then the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
One, or unless we cancel this, so we could have 5 if we cancel this Warzone. 1, 2, 3, 4 tournament. So we don't have a lot of options. Limited space. So it'd be half. It'd be like we each play 5 games in the next split. You know? So
I mean, I'm not opposed to that.
5 games.
A half split. With potentially 2 teams moving up. Demigods might be back. You know what I mean? I think half of it'll be damn near half and half on the league. Depending on, I mean, if we keep Dragon Gang, Incognitos, Taxman, Undertokers, and one more team, or 2 more teams potentially. The Shinzu, and
yeah, Shinzu, Demi,
potentially
and
another
there's
one.
another one out there possibly.
Potentially 2 plus.
Yeah. There's
I mean, everybody
few
get to play
floating
each other once in the top league, and then cross week. I mean, it's only 10 teams. We should be at around 10. Everybody play each other once in the leagues potentially.
Everybody play each other once means there's 9 games at least, right? With 10 teams.
No, in the top league would only be 5.
Oh,
4 or 5.
Potentially, yeah. It kind of depends on this tournament, and then really how many teams sign up for the fourth split.
Of course.
So something to think about because it's fucking going down.
And then we got the fucking beta league, which is we're gonna have a split gate in there for sure. We're gonna fucking have potentially a Warzone. And then we could even do we could do a Black Ops fucking gun, you know. I don't know.
Something.
We got some votes for the last split. I'm gonna put up to vote like any map is available, potentially.
Unlock all the maps.
Unlock maps. Maps are open.
That's interesting.
For the last split, spice it up.
That's interesting.
But you get a map block or something. I was thinking like each team gets to block a map. Like, you each pick a map that's blocked for each, maybe the whole shit, or maybe for each. You guys pick like before each match, y'all each pick a map that can't be used on that shit.
No, I would think you'd pick one map for the whole series.
Each team.
Yeah, if anything, be easy. We get it out of the way right up front. Can't pick any map, not one of these 2. Then you got to really be strategic. Like, do we want to ice them on this map for search? Or do we want to ice them on this map for hardpoint? I know they usually, I know Control. This team likes Garrison.
Control. Right.
Or whatever. So, it's like Smite when they ban the gods.
Exactly. No, it's exactly wrong.
But that's just fucking complicated.
Copyright. The TV.
We don't. Well, I'll tell you what. It's a British show, so maybe not.
The fuck,
yeah. Man. So yeah. There we go. Pure gets the win tonight. They're also gonna
2
get
wins.
the point. Yeah, 2 wins. So we're gonna talk to Misfits, but it's looking like we'll probably just take their last game off, which is against the Incognitos. And so we're gonna figure out something for them, or they might lay down a game or something. something. Maybe we'll make them play. Honestly, the Undertokers didn't seem to care if they played 9 games, so if anything, we could make the Dragon Gang and Incognitos play. Oh, whatever. We'll figure that out because there's 3 teams with a game. So,
yeah.
Final thoughts?
Looking ahead to next week or Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday should be good. There's a couple things going on. Well, let me pull it up. ECA I know plays again. I think it's 5 games or something ridiculous like that. Full stack.
Saturday's popping.
That's next week.
That's next week.
3 games this Saturday. ECA Dragon Gang, Boogie
Nice.
Dragon Gang, Taxman Incognitos. And then possibly a Sunday game. It's Labor Day weekend though. When we scheduled this Sunday game, we did not take account that it was Labor Day. So I think that we're going to need to think about that. We may have a game on Sunday. If not, it would be
Next
the 12th. Yeah.
Next week sometime.
Well, Sundays. They agreed that Sunday would be good. My concern is just that it's Labor Day. And like when this was set up, it was like back here. And nobody knows when the fuck Labor Day is.
Right.
Ahead of time. So we'll see. But ECA, Dragon Gang, Boogie, Dragon Gang, Taxman, Incognitos this Saturday, starting at 11 Pacific.
I will be playing.
You're playing?
I'm playing.
Dope.
I've been practicing all week too.
Hell yeah.
With the Tech 9 though, because I'm loving it. So yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
no.
be hopping on the Krig the rest of the week,
Straight up.
switching it up.
Dope.
It'll be dope. We'll see what happens.
Hell yeah.
Stats and whatnot.
Stats and whatnot. Okay. Well, fucking A, I think we're good.
Yep.
Alright. Wrapping it up. Holla. Till next time.
Yep.
Till next time. Short and sweet. Mid-game report.
Short and sweet.
Here, hold on. I gotta do this. Facebook. Holla.